What the fuck? I'm above upper bound? See if I'm over 0.9. Nope. What? Well, it's a plus 40. I'm pretty sure I can get to 0.3 on this path, but I've been having some major extended hit window troubles lately. I had a while where I couldn't even get past Act 1 on this because I just kept red flaming it, and if I did, then I messed up Act 2. My whammy for the last act felt really good. At the very least, the first two phrases did. Check the front end. I just straight up dropped a bunch of ticks on that orange before the front end. Just really stupid. It wouldn't have been enough for 0.3, so I'm not super torn up about it, but it's pretty dumb. My Act 6 was pretty good. I was just about at upper bound, I think one tick below there. And then my last act could have been better. So yeah, I know 0.3 is doable. As for that last upper bound, pretty confusing. On my first labbing of it, I found a 7-frame window, which was also using buffered whammy on phrase 1. And so like after I saw that, I was like, oh, okay, let's go for that. It's really the only reason I picked this back up. And then I've given it attempts and plenty of runs, like I said early on, when I couldn't even get past Act 1 because of the extended hit window issues. I wasn't giving it nearly as many attempts as I wanted to. The frustration from that and just not getting runs to it. But anyway, the runs that I did get to it, I have not even been getting close. So I don't really know what to make of that. I'm not using buffered whammy on that phrase 1 because it's just too much of a risk at that point in the run, and it's very difficult to execute that in a way that actually abuses the extra whammy frame. But anyway, so I didn't get close to it in any of those first session runs. So I went back and labbed it again, and the second time I found a 6-frame window, I want to say. And then not using buffer whammy on phrase 1 reduced that in both runs by 2 frames, I'm pretty sure. So that is an exceptionally hard squeeze, just timing wise, especially given both the front and back end execution. So I likely won't be getting that, but at the very least, I'm not even going to go for it anymore unless I get a really good tick run that I'm happy with. You know, mainly I'm looking for 0.3. Okay, wow, that's pretty shitty. First time I've gotten that upper bound, and I just didn't have the ticks for 0.4. I honestly might have been able to if I had used extended hit window on that solo act, but I just didn't think it was making a big enough difference. I mean, also, dropping ticks before the front end likely cost that. Yeah, it definitely dropped some on that orange leading into the front end hopo sequence. I pretty much have done that every time. Ideally, I would just use the extended hit window fret trick to complete that orange sustain, but that makes that sequence really awkward, and leading into that front end is just anything that makes that act even harder. Just not very appealing. Not sure if I'm going to keep going for 0.4 here. That act is extremely difficult. It's at the very end of the song. I can tell from review this was definitely a frame-perfect front end. Just sucks that I missed that by ticks on my first time getting it. To the solo, this was like slightly below average-ish. I've had like 60 higher, 64 higher, I think. So there's a ton left here, but the whammy, the extended hit window front ends, and everything ending on chords besides that solo act just makes this path so volatile. It's just so easy to red flame any of the acts and kill the run instantly, get bad whammy on one of the chords, especially in those awkward red-blue to yellow-orange to green-yellow transitions. At the very least, this is far beyond what I'd be able to do with the nearly ideal last act. And at the very least, if I do keep going with this, I no longer have to play that tug of war in my head between closing out a really good tick run for 324.3 or just trying to get the upper bound. But again, of course, I really just wish I could have closed out 0.4 and never had to think about this again. Still cool to get it though.